Hey everybody, this episode of the Fire Sprinkler Podcast was recorded sometime in 2024 at one of the different events that I was at. I found a file that I had labeled called Do Not Lose This File that had a bunch of episodes that I had recorded at the conferences in Dublin, in Orlando, at Intersect, everywhere. So no ads on them, just putting the episodes out there. Thank you everybody who supported me last year. Let's kick off 2025 with a bang. Here's a bunch of episodes. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Fire Sprinkler Podcast.
Like and subscribe.
We're in Dublin. We're doing I won't say it's a live event, but we're recording in person here at the FSI, Fire Sprinkler International, here in Dublin, Ireland. It's been a fantastic show. I'm here with Lainey from Blazemaster.
Hello.
How's it going today?
Great. Glad to be here. And it's actually very nice weather for Dublin this time of year, so.
It is probably nicer outside than it is inside right now. It is
freezing.
Insanely
like
cold.
Like popsicles for fingers.
And I didn't bring a nice jacket because I dress like a child, so I'm stuck with the t-shirt. What do you think of the event so far?
I think it's been really great. This is my first time here at FSI, and it's been really interesting to see the mix of people here. You know, there's AHJs, there's contractors, a lot of vendors, but it's always, a good networking experience with some really good presentations here. It's just interesting to learn more about the European market in general.
That's basically what I'm doing here too, is getting a feel for the European market. I'm learning a lot about the different standards, the different codes, the different installations, like water mist is big over here.
Yes, there's been so much conversation around that, and that's not something we deal with a lot in the U.S., so that's been very interesting, specifically for Blazemaster. Actually, we just got a new approval. It's an FM approval for basically higher pressure Blazemaster at lower temperatures. That's coming out soon, and it's very apt when we're here and everyone's talking to us about water mist, and we're so used to talking about sprinklers.
Yes.
But
coming soon.
So yeah, exactly. I didn't even mean to pitch that,
That's
but
right.
I just little slip in there. But
stay tuned for a future episode.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been really crazy to hear, just the adoption all over Europe, mainland Europe, Nordics, and here. Yeah.
And they use, low pressure and high pressure. They use it for different applications. I just did an episode a little while ago where we were just talking about different installation techniques. So, I mean, it would open up a big kind of installation and different market for you guys as well.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we're definitely learning a lot about the market here. I'm sure my colleague Adam Hessel, who's based in the UK, is intimately familiar with the market here, but he didn't want to be on this podcast, so you're stuck with me.
I think the drum line is coming back possibly, so we may have to cut short.
They are coming back.
Yeah, okay.
I hear them.
Okay.
Be right back.
Be right back. I don't think I've ever had to do this in an episode. Be right back. Okay, so we're back.
We're back after an amazing drumline session.
That was insane. I should insert the clip just right here of the drum session while it was going. That was fantastic. It was loud.
It was loud.
And impressive.
It was, yeah.
But they were really good. I didn't realize there was like two crews running around. I saw the one guys go that way, and then all of a sudden it was like...
I thought they were going to battle or something.
I was kind of hoping. I was like, these guys are going to fist fight right now. Maybe they didn't know the other guys were here. Anyways, so we're here to talk about... You guys have a pretty big accomplishment. A product that has been around for a while.
Yeah.
But you guys have your 40th birthday.
Yes. Blazemaster turns 40 in 2024. We were launched in 1984.
Yeah.
Super excited about that.
Which is fantastic. You guys have this beautiful birthday cake that you guys have made and brought here.
Yes.
But unfortunately...
As soon as we were about to cut it and serve it, someone from facilities at Croke Park came over and said, you're not allowed to have outside food because it's a health hazard. So now we just get to look at the cake.
Now, if we go get a fork and knife right now, I think it's good.
I mean...
I don't want to get kicked out. I can get kicked out, but you can't.
I mean...
You got a lot more invested in it.
I guess I do.
Blazemaster Corp. If they write a message to Blazemaster Corporate, what's different than they send a message to Blazemaster Five?
I guess, yeah. Berkshire Hathaway has a lot of money to go after, so I'm sure, yeah.
Can't get blood from a stone. Awesome. So, 40 years. Tell me a little bit about the evolution from 1984. You obviously weren't there, but you guys have come a long way.
Yeah, so Blazemaster is older than I am, so I cannot take credit for all of its accomplishments across 40 years. I can, but I should not.
Right.
But it launched in 1984. Blazemaster was invented by Lubrizol, or a company of Lubrizol at the time called B.F. Goodrich. CPVC was also invented by that company, and then it was created for fire sprinklers, being Blazemaster. And why that was is it was around the time that residential sprinklers started being implemented in more buildings in the United States and I think in Canada. And obviously there, wood frame construction kind of dominates the single-family, multi-family home market. And steel, just the way with residential is designed, is not necessarily easy to install in wood frame residential construction. So there's a need for a flexible product that was lightweight, easy to install, and could fit in sort of tight spaces and was easy to join on site. And that, hence the birth of Blazemaster. So it was kind of developed for, that residential market. But then I think 10, maybe 15 years later, it got a light hazard listing. So it's now listed for use in light hazard facilities as defined by NFPA 13. So, yeah.
So that opens up
entire market, hospitals, office buildings, museums, libraries, things like that.
Yeah. So what do you think as of right now, steel is still, from a fitter looking at it, they still see it as like a lesser product, which I totally...
Really smashing so much money.
Hey, you said you wouldn't come on the podcast, but hey.
Welcome to the podcast.
Let's now.
Rest everybody.
Years in the making. I got to get his face in it. Russ Fleming, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good idea. I should do the face down.
The cake is attracting a lot of people, but then I'm not able to serve it, unfortunately.
They come in and they look at the sign, and then they're...
Yeah. People have been telling me happy birthday. It's not my birthday, and nor am I 40, but regardless. Anyway, you were saying about steel.
Yeah, so it's a terrible misconception that they see it as a lesser alternative. I totally disagree. We use a ton of Blazemaster in residential.
Yeah.
We do a lot of 6 stories, low rises, stuff like that, and we use it all the time. A lot of the myths come into like the compatibility issues, which you can get. Rust is a compatibility issue.
Exactly. Steel is allergic to water. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Which is used all the time.
Yeah.
At least just typically it's installation techniques that kind of lead to that. Improper installation leads to issues down the road.
Correct. With any material, any sprinkler head, any piping material.
What are the kind of things that people need to look for? Obviously, being around for 40 years, the information's out there.
Yeah.
How do people find it? And what are the main ones, just for anybody that's listening now, to kind of keep an eye on?
That's an absolutely excellent question. I completely agree with you, whether it's steel or CPVC, our product, or somebody else's. Proper installation and training on how to do that proper installation is critical to the longevity of the system, to the safety of the system. Lubrizol, specifically for Blazemaster and our other CPVC brands, surrounding compatibility, we have an entire program dedicated to it. It's called the FBC System Compatible Program, which stands for FlowGuard, Blazemaster, and Corzan. Those are our CPVC brands. If you go to fbcsystemcompatible.com or blazemaster.com and click on compatibility, there is an extensive amount of resources on there about compatibility of ancillary materials or materials that you would find on a construction site with our products or our CPVC products. So there is a compatibility app finder, so you can go in and search for a product specifically to see if it is part of our program. There's also a second part where if you can't find it on there, you go to a list of incompatible products. And so you might be looking at a product that making sure it's not in that list. And then I think what the most helpful to me is because not every product in the world can be a part of our program, right? We have another section of our website called the Special Compatibility Topics, Special Topics or something like that. And if you click on that, it gives guidance for everything from paint to fire caulking or mastics as they're calling it here, to Sharpies, to, oils and different spray foams, things like that. And it gives all the ingredients that you should look for, and just gives guidance on compatibility and what to look for. And it's also an app on your phone. So
I do have the app on my phone, and we do use it. I make sure my guys all download.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah, the training. You guys have a wide variety of ways that you can get the Blazemaster training now in person, and now it is available online.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we pride ourselves in the quality of our products, but we very much pride ourselves in the quality of our training, right? And the quality of our technical support that we're able to offer the field. So we have several different training options for Blazemaster installation training. You can obviously get it from one of our reps in person, but we also have 2 online options. One online option is what we call the live online option, where it's monthly. And you can register for it on blazemaster.com, but it's monthly and led by an in-person instructor. So if you prefer a more interactive setting while still online, that is probably for you.
Sure.
If you prefer to do it on your own time, or maybe the monthly trainings don't work at a time that works for you, you can go to blazemasteronlinetraining.com. We have so many training websites.
Yeah.
And there's a self-paced course that you can do yourself.
Awesome.
Yep.
Lainey, we'll see you again in 2 weeks in Hawaii.
Yes, I can't wait.
The Voice of God is coming up, so
Yes.
we'll kind of shut it down. But awesome. Thanks for having a quick conversation about
Absolutely, yeah, thank you.
Blazemaster. And
Happy birthday, Blazemaster.
Happy birthday, Blazemaster. We'll see you in Hawaii.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, the Laying It Down for Camp Bucko fundraiser is still going on. The donations have slowed down, but the hoses have not. This sea can is starting to get filled up. These are the ones I just unloaded from the trailer. Those are the ones that were sitting here since last year. These are all still sitting here from last year. We're looking to get donations rolling in. In addition to those hoses that I just showed you, I still have a picture that I'm going to insert right here of all the fire hoses that are still up in Pickering, Ontario. Thank you to the Toronto Social Housing for donating 95% of these fire hoses, as well as everybody else from Southwestern Ontario and Ontario for donating hoses. But let's get those donations to roll in. The link is posted below. $20 a hose. Let's get some money in. Let's support Camp Bucko. Thanks, guys.